Okay, so what's up, guys? This is Andre Kenshin, and this day another episode for another season of the 2014 NBA 2K14. Last episode, as the Spurs and the Thunder wins in the yesterday, right here is the two games. The first game so almost got 30-point margin, and the second game they win by 11 for the Spurs. And now, next game, our hand we're off to Staples Center in LA. Check out some presentations as in-game music is ready to go to work. And coming up next, we're off to Staples Center in LA. We got the West matchups here tonight featuring Kevin Love and Ricky Rubio of the Minnesota Timberwolves take on Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers. And for this game, Timberwolves gonna use the blue and the Lakers gonna use the yellow. It's gonna be a great game. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at the Staples Center in LA. And now, anyways, we're sending over to Kevin Harlan here in LA, California at the Staples Center. Anyways, here we go.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, fans. A Friday night NBA presentation. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And with the game about to get underway, let's head to Kevin, Clark, and Steve, who are courtside at Staples Center.
It's that time of year, mid-season NBA action. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan, and as always, happy holidays to each and every one of you from all of us at 2K Sports. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And guys, checking out Pekovic here, what can we expect from him?
Well, you talk about strength and physicality at the center position. Pekovic is right there with anybody. He's got an imposing game. Reminds me a little bit of Marc Gasol in that regard. He can use that strength to power you down low, but he's also got some skill as well.
You know, that's an interesting comparison. I love how he always battles, Steve. A terrific offensive rebounder, gets a lot of stickbacks, very tenacious. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Grizzlies of Memphis. And just a 2-point win there. They had to fight tooth and nail for it.
And you know what was most impressive? They wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call the mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it, had them on their hands the whole time. You know, the Wolves were just decimated by injuries last year, and it really put a snag in their season from the start, with Rubio still recovering from his ACL tear and Kevin Love missing a lot of time with his hand fractures. They were missing two major building blocks.
Nash with it. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis. He feeds it to Young. Came in trying to break free. And Nick Young, the bucket on the assist by him. Young's got himself on the board with 3 there. And with the Wolves last year, Ricky Rubio came back and helped them turn things around a bit. But Kevin Love would end up playing very few games for him, Steve. And they never really got the chance that they once seemed to have.
Now, Love's injury, I think, just devastated this team. And Rubio, of course, coming off that ACL, he eventually made it back. But those are the key guys. I mean, Rubio and Love have to be the foundation of this club. They added a lot of three-point shooting in the offseason. So this should be a pretty well-rounded team. But it's up to the stars, Kevin.
But Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Nash kicks to Kobe. From deep. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for Kobe Bryant.
You know, it might have been overlooked because of the way Steve Nash has been able to get everybody involved throughout his career, but he became just the 5th player ever to reach the 10K assist.
And Budinger with the stop.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play. We're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
The Lakers have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Kobe kicks to Young, and again it's the Lakers from deep. Anthony Nash with the injuries last season, and he's rolling more off the ball. His assist for way down last year.
But he passed Magic Johnson on the all-time list, and this season passing Mark Jackson. So with health, who knows? Maybe he can someday catch Jason Kidd.
Here's Kobe after the made shot from Budinger. Bryant, and another basket for the Lakers.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And that one's good. Pekovic.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area. The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
So it's the Lakers now. After the made shot from Pekovic. Here's Gasol, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jordan Hill is checked in for Kaner. Jamison comes in for Nick Young. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I caught up with Coach Rick Adelman. He stressed how important being smart with the ball is going to be for them today. It's an opponent that thrives on defense, steals in particular, and he doesn't want to see his guys get careless with the basketball. Guys?
Okay, Doris, thanks. It's almost like a crucial aspect to enabling your offense. You first have to get around this stifling defense, don't you?
Yeah, and I think the key, Kevin, is being the aggressor right from the outset of this game. That means being in attack mode and not passing up any good shots that you get early. They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range. But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Shved's got 6.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own. Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a 3-point battle like this.
Count that one.
Back-to-back 3s for them. Defense is slacking off a little. It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Shved gets a screen from Zurioff. Williams for 3, and that one's good.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
A nice shot by Barea.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominated. Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Now here's Jamison. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis.
And he did some nice work on the boards too, Kevin. That was definitely a factor in that game as well.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. And 6 points for Jamison. Here's Turioff. And the layup's good off the glass. Blake for 3. And the release was before the buzzer. But it's off target. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. The Timberwolves on top, up 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks. It happens next Wednesday. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
In the backcourt, Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant. Robert Sacre is out there with Chris King, and it's Jamison in at the small forward. That's the Laker 5.
So much of what ailed the Lakers could be traced to the lack of defensive presence, and it really came to a head when Magic Johnson, one of the greatest Lakers of all time, called them out about looking to play Showtime offense while not paying attention to solid defense.
And here's Schmidt from the arc. And another three for Minnesota.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball team, that's for sure.
Jamison, no luck. And going back to what Clark said, they didn't actually try to run that much based on tempo, more than what they might have been used to, certainly, Steve. But the D was a concern in a major way.
Well, it was really more about teams running wild on them instead of the other way around. You look at the Laker personnel, big front line last year with Howard and Gasol. The transition defense wasn't quite there. Throw in the injuries. But they were never able to find that balance between good offense and solid defense.
Great open look there. Berea's got 5 points in the quarter. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Kobe with it, out guarded by Berea. Kobe gets to Blake. Back to Kobe. Fires the three. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Blake's got 3 assists tonight.
And their last 5 makes all have been from long range.
The defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Love comes in for Dante Cunningham. Kobe attacking. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Kobe's got 16.
I tell you what. When you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat. You know, it was last year, not too many people had the guts to say whether or not the Lakers would or would not make the playoffs after their slow start, but one person who guaranteed a postseason appearance by them was team leader Kobe Bryant, and he was right on top of it.
This is it to Nash. Back to Kobe. Lakers flipping the ball around now. That's the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
And for Kobe, you have to give him a lot of credit for helping bring the Lakers back last season and securing that 7th seed. The coaching changes, the injuries. I mean, he almost willed them to get in, and then they finished 7th.
Yeah, and then they got swept in the first round by the Spurs. So tough finish rest of the year, especially with the injury to the Achilles tendon. So it's been a long rehab process. One thing we do know, if there's ever a player who's going to work his hardest to come back better than ever, it's Kobe Bryant.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, at 6'11", 290 pounds, Nikola Pekovic may be the most physically imposing player in the game. Rick Adelman said, quote, "He's such a force inside. Guys just want out of there. They don't want to go against him." Pekovic said, "The goal is to go inside and win the game, whatever it takes. Many people don't like when you play physical. Some respond, some don't." Kevin?
And he does. Thank you, Doris.
Well, he's a player who knows his game. I mean, he's a physical enforcer type guy. He makes no apologies for it.
And he commits the intentional foul.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
Pau Gasol is checked in for the Lakers.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Lakers.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3-ball, the long-range shooting. Hey, it goes without saying that if you're beat up and your all-star power forward is on the shelf, you're going to have a tough time against the big teams in the West. Minnesota was left for the wolves, so to speak, when they matched up against others in their conference.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He's just one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when the rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves. Last season, 17-35 record against the rest of the Western Conference, which was third worst in the conference. As Steve, you might expect, that's got to improve.
And as you said, losing so much of their front court as they did last year with injury, it's amazing that they even won that many games. I mean, if you don't have big bodies down low, well, it's tough to win in the West.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Tony Turioff, who's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And it's Muhammad in for Kevin Martin. And Budiger kicks to Love. Working on Gasol. Takes the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
And the basket by Hill.
Yeah, he's just embarrassing the defense right now because didn't really need to double clutch there.
Rubio dishes to Love. He's up against Gasol. Love with the bucket. Love's got his first bucket of the night.
How about this performance in the face of the injury? Like there's a lot of pain out there.
Kobe kicks to Young. Pass to Nash. Back to Young. Lets it go with the 3. And it's there. Wow, he nails the buzzer.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That 3-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And so we wrap up the first half. Lakers lead by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Now, presented by Sprint. The NBA season is rolling right along. Let's look back at the first half. A strong first half for the Lakers. They find themselves sitting in the 6th spot in their conference. A superstar displayed by Kobe Bryant. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And a resilient Timberwolves team is staying in it. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. Chase Budinger has been locked in so far. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? Now let's take off with some other games in progress around the league. Out at Pepsi Center, the Nuggets ahead against Phoenix, about midway through the third out there. And another one also in progress. The Sacramento Kings currently trailing the Heat out in Miami. Things are not looking too good for them out there in the third. And here's a look at the other NBA action from around the league. The Houston Rockets will be playing out against the Pacers in Indianapolis. That one gets started at 8 Eastern. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint. A view here of the skyline over Los Angeles, California, as we welcome you back. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
He's seen the court so well tonight. Made some phenomenal passes here in the game so far in that first half.
You know, some folks say he's not a playmaker, but he's dispelling all of that nonsense.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade All-Field Hockey, the second half. So on the floor for Minnesota, Martin and Buttinger are out in the wing. Big men, Love and Bekovic, and it's Rubio in at the point guard.
You know, guys, I think back to some of the most exciting passes ever to play the game. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, late Keith Merritt come to mind. I think Rubio is of that ilk. You think about those guys, they weren't just great assist guys, but they were able to give you assists that had some flair and some flavor to it.
And Rubio really took the league by storm, Steve, with his passing. Deft moves, working through defenses, almost eyes in the back of his head. He was terrific.
Brilliant passer. I mean, he makes some passes that other people just wouldn't even be able to see. And just a phenomenal, entertaining player to watch.
Very flamboyant. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, gentlemen. Well, part of the Lakers' struggles last year was that they were constructed like an all-star team. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, quote, "Have you ever watched an all-star game? It's god-awful because everybody gets the ball, they go one-on-one, and then they play no defense. That's our team. That's us." Having a corner with all their big players was something he wanted to instill on their Lakers roster. We'll see if they can do a better job of adhering to that this time around, guys.
Well, that's the rub, isn't it? That's the balancing act, isn't it, Doris? Share the ball, but get it into the hands of your scorers.
Well, a coaching carousel for the Lakers last season. They made it only 5 games before firing Mike Brown. Then they decided to go in a new direction. And, boy, they went through 3 different head coaches before all was said and done. They never really were able to gain that consistency they were looking for.
Kobe kicks it over to Nash, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Intercepted by Kobe. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession. Here. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Here's Martin looking for his first basket still in this one. Johnson kicks to Shved. Tries from the block. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. And back to the Lakers' struggles last season. What do you think, Clark, were the main problems that, held them back from being the kind of title contender that they thought they were, and a lot of people imagined they were?
Well, how much time do I have? 3 or 4 shot clocks worth? I mean, I think there were a number of issues, as you might expect. Injuries played a significant role, but I think there was discord over how they should play. Really no true identity. They were a big team trying to be small, a team without a number of shooters trying to spread the floor, an older team trying to go up-tempo, coaching change, We had a lot of moving parts, and it made it very difficult for everybody, I think, and it showed in how the Lakers' season went.
That's a good assessment. Martin attacking, and it's hit back by Meeks. They get it back. That's good. Bekovic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Jamison kicks to Johnson. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And the threes continue to go down at that end with almost nothing happening from deep at the other.
But the way to turn that around is defensively, by stopping their outside shot, not by getting into a shootout.
Now the pass to Martin. He dishes it to Bekovic. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Hill comes in for Chris Kaman. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Feeds it to Jamison. And a great assist by Farmar as that one goes in. And that's now 11 points for Jamison.
A lot of people had Antoine Jamison, guys, pegged as a potential 6th man of the year when he joined the Lakers, but he basically ended up being relegated to being a role player on the bench. An important part of the rotation, but the fewest minutes he averaged in his career. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Blake with it. Williams picks him up. Blake passes to Jamison. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. A 3-ball. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. Antoine Jamison, a personal score. The flip shot in the lane. Range out beyond the three-point arc. He has a full bag of those kind of shots.
He does. He's got an interesting game, Kevin. He's been able to hit that in-between floater for a long time, but he's gotten better with the three-point shot as he's gotten older.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Farmar kicks to Johnson. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Berea dishes to Williams. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Feels like a flip has been switched at halftime because both teams now really getting after it.
And it's been a fun half of basketball, Steve.
Gets it to go. 12 points for Johnson.
Defensively, they're really scattered right now, giving up so many open looks from the three-point line.
Yeah, they're just flashing them. Their last 3 buckets have all come from behind the arc.
They tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Now, here is Hill. Shot at the buzzer.
And perfectly timed. Couldn't have done it any better. How about the poise under pressure?
Well,
unbelievable.
Guys, he got himself into as good a position as he could before he pulled the trigger. What a play.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Lakers on top, up by 10. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. It happens next Wednesday.
The 4th quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Lakers.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good crisp passes.
In the backcourt, Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant. Nick Young is out there with Antoine Jameson. And it's Gasol. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Laker 5. Kicks to Blake. Nick Young on the wing. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist. Blake's got 5 assists tonight.
Unstoppable offense for both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one. Help out! Help out!
And Rubio kicks to Martin. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Now, you know you got game when you can knock down a shot like that with the defense hanging all over you.
Kobe passes to Young. Inside to Gasol. And he banks in below it. And the Lakers lead by 8.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Rubio dishes to Love. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Kobe with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Kobe kicks to Jameson. The dish to Blake. Nick Young on the wing. And again, it's the Lakers routine.
It seems like when they've gone to it, it's really come through. That's not something you should get away from.
Minnesota calls timeout. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was a big loss. Pretty much pure domination. And I thought the key was the rebounding total. I mean, it was ugly. They were completely dominated on the glass. That's going to have to improve tonight.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin. Well, Rick Adelman had some advice for his team over that last break. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. Steve said they were atrocious on the glass when they last met. What do they need to do, Clark, to change that in this game?
Well, a couple of things. One, they need more bodies in the paint. I mean, you got to have more bodies in the paint. Then you've got to be ready to box out. They left 1 or 2 guys on an island down there, and you can't do that. That's not going to work.
Here's Kobe. Nash outside. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
And the other most noticeable thing about him to me is his passing. He makes things so easy for his teammates. All they have to do is get to the right spot on the floor, and he'll get it to him. Well, Minnesota won 31 games last season, but only 11 of those came on the road. For a team that was Battered and bruised head. Out on a lengthy road trip is often a recipe for a losing streak, and that was the case for them last year. The injuries just really bogged them down.
And Rubio kicks to Love. Timberwolves passing it around. The tray. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Unusual skill set for a big man. A long-range shot that gives you such good spacing offensively.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves. Road travel can be especially tough on just given the geography where their home city is in relation, Steve, to the rest of the NBA.
Well, particularly in relation to the rest of the West, because there the Timberwolves are up north and kind of in the middle of the country. They have a lot of long trips, but look, there are no excuses in the NBA. I mean, everybody's got their own adversity they've got to deal with.
And Buttiger kicks to Martin. And another three for Minnesota.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath, you're right. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. And that sends Kobe to the free throw line. That one on Martin.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive, but certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal. Be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals. And that's going to be the challenge for LA.
And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession.
Nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
That's tipped. Nash hits to Young. Pass to Kobe. Dishes it to Kaman. Pekovic is there. Kobe sets the pick for Kaman. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. When you talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers club. One of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
Rubio, the pass to Love. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition three there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Kobe, that's good.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Shved from the arc. And another three for Minnesota.
Boy, his performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his two.
And that's an intentional foul. So first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Some changes for Minnesota. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Buttinger. Rebound by Kirby. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against Portland.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them.
in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out for a bit.
Berea dishes to Muhammad. This one for three. Knocks down the three. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're leading by 4. 8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, no question, the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
And so the Lakers take the lead. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisburg, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
So what a great game again here in LA as LA Lakers defeats and they continue disconnected issues was found. There we go. So check out some Bill box scores. The Lakers beat the Timberwolves 36-9 for Kobe Bryant. Nick Young got 22 and Chase Budinger got 28. What a huge end for the LA Lakers team here at the Staples Center. So now we're heading to the next game on our hand. The second game of the day. We're head to Indianapolis, Indiana. Interconference matchup here. We got Dwight Howard and James Harden of the Houston Rockets take on Paul George and Danny Granger of the Indiana Pacers. Well, that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Lakers beat the Timberwolves by 6 points, 120 to 114. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so long for Staples Center in LA. We see you later for the second game of the day. Head to Indianapolis at the Baker's Light Fieldhouse for the Rockets and the Pacers. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so long for Staples Center in LA. Reminder, we'll see you later here in Bankers Life Fields in Indianapolis for the Houston Rockets and the Indiana Pacers. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye, and later we'll be heading to Indianapolis for the Houston Rockets and the Indiana Pacers game. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye.